Hi friends! So I have finally put a cover onto my December daily for 2024 and it's time to do a flip through. So this is just a elastic ribbon that I got from, I don't know, a present last year, and it does help to hold the pages together safely. And this cover is printed, if you can see, like this on a entire sheet of canvas paper, and then I glue it down to the cardstock that is on which my signatures, these 5 signatures sets of pages, are sewn onto, and then the canvas is glued on the front and the back part. I didn't glue the center part, so you can see there's a bit of a gap here because otherwise it may be too taut. And yeah, that's it. You might have already seen I stitched the sequins on here just like I did the year before. So this is not new, this is my 2023, just different size. So why I make these albums, these mini sized albums, is because I basically have no space in my home. I can't keep adding the albums every year on top of my family scrapbook album, so I try to do something smaller to, you know, still get to play and enjoy December daily with everyone. So let's go in and take a look inside. On this front and back page, a cover, I simply added another piece of pattern paper, and this is page 1, December daily 2024. This idea I think was from Ali, and I can't remember what she used, but I printed on vellum paper and then heat embossed with clear embossing powder to get these different effects. I think this one I also used an embossing pen to draw little stars, and I thought this is a nice cute opening page. And here's my reason why. At first I was going to put my reason why in here, but I realized that's too small, and this is how I went about telling my reason why instead. Last year, my entire album journaling was based on writing a letter to someone or something. So if you can see here, day 1, my story or my letter is to my family, dear family, and I wrote to them about our December. And this is a little like a paper bag thing I cut out because on day 2, husband and I went to KL for a short trip. So this become my day 2 story, Dear Art Supply and Stationery Store, which we found quite a few in KL that we really love. And this is us there. The photo, I printed it on transparency paper and then stitched it down here to make this effect. Day 3, these I print using digitals onto transparency, yes, to get that lovely shining effect. So most of my album, I rarely buy too much physical stuff because, as I say, I don't have space, and but digital is good because I just print what I need, you know, and then use it. So day 3 story is Dear New Season for us, because just a few days before December was my last day at work. I retired after 36 years, and now this is the new season we're in. We can travel at short notice and so on, and so that is the story. Day 4 story, day 4th of December is our wedding anniversary, so this is to Dear 31st Wedding Anniversary, and a picture of us still on our short trip. And day 5, the story is Dear Advent Devotions. So I already have some of these shaker pockets, can you see, done up beforehand, like these embossing as well. So I just kind of use it to, as the month went by, to adorn my pages. Day 6, Dear Decking the Halls. This is a cool embroidered, or is it well, I think it's called embroidery of a tree. It's a pattern I found on Pinterest, which I have been using almost every year, slightly different pattern, and I really like it, so I'll link it too in the video later. And that's us decking our halls. Day 7, Dear December wedding. We went to attend the wedding of a young couple who's close to us. And more shakers. And day 8, Dear Christmas tea. Some photos from the wedding and the tea. We attended Christmas tea, TEAT, at a friend's place, and we haven't met them for a while, so it was really lovely. Oh, day 9 story is of my sewing machine, dear sewing machine, because I bought a sewing machine like a retirement gift to myself. And first and foremost, I'm using it to make my December daily pages. So you see this tag with the shiny bits inside is yeah, stitched by myself. So I made all the shakers using machine this time, so you can see I love it. This is Dear Free Class. That's right. So day 10 story is about us attending, me and my friends going for these free exercise classes, like it could be yoga, could be exercise band, and so on, that are organized by our government, and it's free, so it's wonderful. So this is that story, and this page is an idea I did for, I think, prep day last year, and the template is in the class for anyone who might want to download it. Day 11 story is to Dear Christmas Outing with Mom. So I printed the full-size photos and background paper, and this tree with all the dangling bits it's an idea by Ali, and I had to do it, make it smaller but still have a version of it in my album. And I used these little paper clips, I think from Felicity Jane last time when I bought from her, to clip on my little ornaments. Day 12, Dear Early Retired Life. So this is from a digital from last year, I think. I love this one, Moments and Memories. So this is a very simple page just to talk about how I'm enjoying early retired life. Day 13, this is a flip out from, I think, last year, one of the formats. And unfortunately, this was addressed Dear Awful News, because we received news about a dear friend, and that was quite sad, but a story to be included as well. Day 14 story, I am so glad I saved this Joy to the World tag. I think it was a giant tag from a couple of years ago's collection, and because I got to use it for this caroling story, I got to join my church caroling group last year because I'm retired, and this is the story. We got to visit 6 or 7 old folks and nursing homes to bring some cheer, and it's really quite wonderful. And can you see I used a piece of old music score paper, and then I painted it red to use as the background. I like doing this sort of thing in a journal format, you know, it feels a bit like junk journaling to me, which I also love. This is also another piece where I think I did some mixed media here using a stencil with the 3D effect. So these are all pieces I did over the years, and then I get to use them during this December last year. This is day 15 story to my dear primary school friends. So these are my classmates from like when we were 12, and it's so wonderful that we still are in contact and having a good time meeting up. Day 16 story, Calm and Bright, another piece with a bit of glitter from a few years ago, and the story is tucked in here, Dear Quiet Evenings. And this is a die cut heart, but I had to chop off this side because it was too long for my journal size. Day 17 story is Dear Present Shopping. Yep, I think we went to do some last minute shopping. And this is here I skipped it. Day 18, my husband and I got to visit this Studio Ghibli exhibition that came to Singapore. That's a tag from the exhibition, and there's my story to Dear Ghibli exhibition. Yeah, a treat for ourselves. Day 19, I remember now, I used this ribbon bow thing it's a design by Paisley Press. It says a few of my favorite things, and I used the hearts also from last year's collection to document some of my favorite things in December. Day 20 is Dear Urban Sketching, and I simply made a collage of the photos from that day when we went urban sketching with the Singapore Urban Sketching Group. And well, it's a new hobby. Well, it's not a new hobby, but it's something new that we are now sharing, like a hobby that we now both share, and it's very nice that we can do something we love together. Day 21, and again I embossed on vellum, printed and then embossed with red embossing powder on vellum, and then stitched it into a pocket with some shinies inside. Day 21 story, and is to my dear teenage friends, because these are friends whom we have been friends with since we were teenagers, and our family, our children are our friends, and well, they are just our friends forever. And this is the day we celebrated Christmas together on day 21. And I think this tag is supposed to go in here. I made a giant pocket of this vellum piece that I printed with all the trees. Then the 22 story, I'm using a pocket page from, again, some prior collection. And these are, I think, holes that I punched previously, wanting to put it in my album. But since I didn't, I stitched it with this red ribbon. And this is to my dearest bestie. These are my best friends. And yeah, these are some of the tags of the presents that we gave each other that I'm saving in here. Day 23 is to Dear Timothy Cell, my cell group, a young adult cell group that I am a part of. And we had our Christmas get-together on the 23rd. Day 24 is to Dear Christmas Eve. I think we had a quiet evening at home on Christmas Eve, just basking in the twinkle and the lights, you know, savoring the last few days of the season. On this page, I added transparency from past years, again, stitching and adding some sequins or sprinklies inside. And this is another tag that I added the number 25 here. So of course this would be Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, our immediate family celebrates just for ourselves, and we have this we make a big deal of giving each other our gifts, and it's a very fun tradition that we have, so I talk about it here. And then I think I just added a page of all the gifts we gave to each other, and just added this piece, and then that's it. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this and have some ideas perhaps, and I wish you a very wonderful December daily season coming up.